Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Guns and Guitars, and if you've been following my build last week, then you know I'm very excited about what's in this box. In this box is a Zebrawood Telecaster style guitar kit from Bad Cat Instruments. Now, why am I so excited about a guitar kit? You guys know that I haven't reviewed just a plain guitar kit in years on my channel. And that's mostly because the cost of guitar kits has gone way up, okay? When I first started doing this, they were like $50 or $60. But in the last couple of years, the price of kits has gone way up, but the quality hasn't. So it's hard for me to want to review kits that cost $220 when I feel like the quality is just not there. Now, that's not the case with this guitar kit, which is why I'm breaking the rule. This is just going to be an honest review of the Bad Cat Instruments Zebrawood Tele style guitar kit. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, let's get started. As with all my guitar kit reviews, I'm gonna go ahead and start with an unboxing. This was the first thing that got me really excited about this kit, okay? These kits come a long way from China, and they're typically packed really poorly, and they arrive with all kinds of dents and dinks. Well, this one not only came in a cardboard box, but inside that cardboard box was a ridiculously oversized bubble mailer. And inside that bubble mailer is another box. And then Bad Cat Instruments. When we open that box, you'll see the body, the neck, and then the hardware in a separate box. This is one of the things that annoys me the most, because obviously the body and neck slide around, but it's no big deal if they're properly wrapped. They won't get any dings or scratches. But typically the hardware ends up on top of the guitar body, and that's what causes a whole lot of scratches and stuff. And so I was very excited to see not only was it boxed, then bubble wrapped, then boxed again, but inside we have a separate box here for the hardware, which is also softly wrapped. It is 11/28. Let's time this build. Now, they call this a Zebrawood style kit. Now, that is not to be confused with African zebrano wood. This is an engineered wood, and I'm not sure how it's made. I don't know a lot about it, but it's very obviously not real wood. And of course, we have a matching neck for it, which is super cool. The one thing so far that I don't like about this kit is that the headstock is already pre-shaped. That's one of the things that I love about building a guitar kit, is getting to put my own custom shaped headstock on it. I do appreciate though that it's not an exact clone of a Telecaster headstock. Now, getting back to the things that I am excited about, there are a few things with a cheap guitar kit that I just expect to have to fix out of the box. The first thing being the neck pocket usually comes with lots of slop. And this one, it's got like no play in it whatsoever. That's very, very good news to start with. Man, that is just a beautiful fitting neck pocket. Perfect. I love it. So I'm very impressed with that. The next thing that I want to point out to you guys is this nut is actually cut properly. It is a nice low profile, nice shallow pockets, and they actually took the time to fit it properly. So that's another thing that I expect to have to fix that I expect this time I'm not going to have to fix. Now, a couple things about Telecaster style kits specifically that I've noticed, because I have reviewed a few, is that one, this one doesn't have a route right here for the wires to go through. It is drilled into the rear pickup cavity and then drilled into the electronics cavity, which I really appreciate. Because this is beautiful Zebrawood, I may or may not actually want to use this pick guard. I do appreciate that they shipped this one with a cream pick guard as opposed to a white pick guard, because I do think it kind of matches the feel of the Zebrawood a little bit more. I think a black pick guard would look even better. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do a black pick guard or if I'm just going to get a Tele pickup mounting ring, because we don't have that root there and you can see more of the wood. Another thing that I appreciate is that they already lined up and drilled your string through holes for the string through bridge that comes with it. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to upgrade the bridge. The bridge is already a nice string through style design. And then another very thoughtful thing that they did, they drilled you a hole for your bridge ground connect wire. Typically with Tele kits, they don't do that. They just expect you to feed the wire up from the bottom of the ashtray there and pinch it in when you're putting it down. I like that you can string it through here and it will hold it. If you need to remove or replace your bridge, that wire will stay there. It won't just fall into the pickup cavity. So I really appreciate that as well. Doing a quick test fit of all the components, I can see that all the holes are properly drilled. This is another pain point for cheap kits, is that oftentimes the holes get drilled off and then you have to fill and re-drill them. I also really appreciate that they only drilled 2 holes right here for the pick guard. The rest of the holes you can drill yourself, which might be a solution to holes not getting drilled properly, but in my opinion, that just makes it easier that if I want to transition this to just being a pickup ring, then I don't have to worry about filling in all those holes. I only have 2 holes that I need to fill in. Also, it came with ferrules for the string through body. So you can look in the back there, you can see it's already tapped for the ferrules. Very nice. And lastly, this thing is pre-wired as much as it possibly can be. You've got your hot and ground for your output, your ground wire that feeds through underneath your bridge, and then you'll need to feed through your bridge wires and your neck wires and solder them to your switch. That's the only soldering that you need to do. Now, the bridge and neck pickups appear to be ceramic bar magnets. You may or may not like that. Lots of people like Alnico magnets for the Tele style builds. In my opinion, to get that Tele twang, I think ceramic magnets work wonderfully. In fact, if you've seen my Tele kit shootout video, the burl top Telecaster kit from TomTop that I thought had the best Tele tone had ceramic magnets, so I have high hopes for these pickups. Now, looking closely at the frets, I can see that they have not been polished very well, but they have been leveled and crowned. I can see the machine marks for where they've been leveled and crowned. And typically, again, that's something that I expect to have to redo on cheap kits. This one is to be determined, but given the level of care that they've put into this thing thus far, I think this thing has a better chance of playing well than any other guitar kit that I've ever built. So I'm not going to touch the frets. I'm just going to build this thing and string it up and see how it plays as is to see how close those frets really are. As you watch me build this thing, you can see that it's going to go together really quick because, like I said, they took out so much of the guesswork. All the holes are expertly pre-drilled. Everything lines up. The electronics are wired as much as it can be. This is a really great beginner guitar kit because it really takes out all the guesswork. So this is a great kit to just learn how all the components fit and work together. There's only 6 points that you're going to need to solder, so really great for practicing your soldering. Like I said, just very little to mess up. Now, as far as finishing the Zebrawood, I'm going to have to do some research. I don't know if this engineered wood will soak up any stains or dyes. If you know for sure, let me know down in the comments. I've got some cool ideas of how I want to finish this if it can take stains and dyes. So I might just have to do some testing though, maybe inside the neck pocket or something, just to see how it takes. All right, and it's all done. All we gotta do is string it up and give it a setup and see how it sounds. And it is now 12:18 for a grand total of 40 minutes, about what I expected for a simple Tele with all the, things already done for you on it. Kit strings, not even gonna bother, they're going in the trash. I'm never happy with them. We're gonna use some D'Addario 11s. That should give us a much better picture of what these pickups actually sound like. So I mentioned earlier how I had high hopes for the frets on this thing based on how well the nut was set up and how well the screw holes were drilled and aligned. I mean, look at that string spacing. It is perfectly centered on the neck. Really precision CNC work done here, which is uncommon with lower end kits. Unfortunately, and I've got to be honest, the frets on this thing are just as bad as any other kit. See, I've got a high fret around the 3rd fret. We got one around the 9th fret. Right here, you start getting it right around the 12th fret. That's like unplayable. So, I could fake it and make this thing sound like it plays really well, but the honest truth is it doesn't. It needs a full fret leveling, crowning, dressing, polishing, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to let these strings kind of stretch out a little bit, and then I'm going to kind of make some fine-tune adjustments to the setup just so I can make it playable enough for the sound demo, and then we'll see how this sounds. All right, real quick, before we get into the sound demo of this awesome Tele kit, if you guys want to build your own Bad Cat guitar kit, I've got really good news for you. Join me live this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time. That's Mountain Standard Time now, I believe. And I'm going to be giving away 5 Bad Cat guitar kits. You heard me right, 5 guitar kits. That's $1,000 worth of kits for free to you guys. So make sure you guys are subscribed and click that bell notification. That way you know when I'm going live, because if you watch the replay, you will have lost your chance at winning. So make sure you are there live, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in 2 days from now. All right, let's go ahead and get into the sound demo. So basically, I just want to know, does this thing sound like a Telecaster? So here's the neck pickup. Let's see. Sounds like a Telecaster neck pickup. Let's try the middle. And I'm not very good at chicken picking, but we'll see what happens. So, sounds like a middle pickup. Let's see if you're not chicken picking. Sounds pretty good. Bridge pickup. Sounds pretty good. It holds a tune pretty good. Speaking of tuning stability, the bridge was perfectly placed. I already mentioned that the string alignment is perfect, but it really, I mean, look at that. It really did not take much adjustment to get this thing perfectly intonated. I mean, listen. So, intonates really well. It sounds like a Tele. I mean, it met the standard of what I would call the bare minimum of a kit guitar, and that's basically, these pickups will get you by until you get the pickups that you want. It sounds like a Tele. Does it sound like a good Tele? I mean, it is limited quite a bit by the playability. I mean, I told you the frets are bad. I've got my saddles about 1/4 to a 1/2 turn higher than I would like them to be just to get it playable. And even still, it does not sustain good because of the playability issues. So I think the tone will actually improve with a good fret job. But like I said, you know, all the hardware and all the electronics in any kit that you get is really just to get you by until you get the stuff that you want. Okay, the whole point of building a guitar kit is that you can finish it the way you want it and have a good playable guitar until you can save up enough money for all the rest of your components, and then you'll have your dream guitar. And yeah, I'm excited to see what kind of finish I can put on this Zebrawood. The Zebrawood is very heavy. I mean, I feel like I'm wearing a Les Paul right now. When I was working with it, drilling it out, it felt an awful lot like Trex, you know, that engineered like deck wood that's not real wood, it's kind of plasticky. That's what this felt like. And so I don't know if it's gonna take a stain or a dye. Hopefully I can get a stain and a finish on this thing for our live stream on Wednesday. That'd be pretty cool. So don't forget about that. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you've been following my Rickenbacker-ish inspired build, I'm gonna be finishing that up this Friday. So again, make sure you're subscribed. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars. I'll see you in that next video.